What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you the past 7 days of tech news videos in one single video. This is episode 276. We talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 5. We talk about the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, the Pixel Watch 2. We talk about the S24 phones. We talk about the OnePlus Open Fold and so much more. Enjoy this week, and we'll see you in the next one. Two stories for you. Both are about the OnePlus Open, which is their new foldable phone coming out. And the first one has to do with, we've spoken about this device having 4 speakers. It's going to have quad speakers on the OnePlus Open, which it's at least it's supposed to. It's something that's not available on any other Western foldable phone. It's not on the Galaxy, any of the Galaxy Z Folds. It's not on any of the Pixel Folds. It's not on any phone I can think of here in America. It's on some tablets. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's on the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, and it's also and S8 Ultra, and also on the iPad Pros as well. So this is a cool feed. That's a cool feature, but there's something more in terms of the speakers of the OnePlus Open. The information that's coming out from Max Jamber is that OnePlus Open has some cool reality speakers for spatial audio, which sounds really interesting. And when we think about what that means, spatial audio is that effect where it gives you a bigger, wider sound. Think of yourself in like a stadium. You're watching a concert. It's got this big, all surrounding sound that covers you, and it just sounds massive. It's not a feature I'm absolutely dying in love with. I actually, when I've seen this and heard it in earphones, it's cool, but it's like not anything I usually keep on. I usually like the way earphones sound generally, but we'll see how this sounds in speakers for the actual, folding phone. And this should, with the 4 speakers, have better sound than any foldable phone that we've heard just yet. And that's a big thing. You're watching videos, you're playing games, you don't have something plugged into your ears or plugged in like a speaker or anything with this, and you're just listening to the sound through it. That's a great thing, and it's going to obviously add another level of immersion and a feature that potentially you'll love on this phone that you won't get on other phones. Now, the last story is a question that I got, but I think I'm going to turn it into a story. And the question's basically all about, can the OnePlus Open overtake the Samsung Galaxy phone basically in popularity and knowledge of what the folding phones are out there, and the phone that, if they buy a folding phone, that people buy. And Samsung is humongous. On a worldwide level, OnePlus will not overtake them, at least anytime soon. Samsung is just so large. When you have that brand loyalty, it's hard to lose it. You have to do some stuff really, really bad. And Samsung hasn't done anything really, really bad. They might have not pushed the envelope and, with changing the way devices look, but the devices are still wonderful. When you compare it to OnePlus is just like, my mom knows Samsung. Does she know OnePlus? No. Same thing with my sister. She'll know Samsung. She doesn't know OnePlus. So it's like you have to OnePlus has to earn all that extra fan base that they don't already have. And are they going to get it with the OnePlus Open? No. Is the OnePlus Open going to outsell the Galaxy Z Fold? No. Is it going to be more popular in any way? No. But it doesn't mean it won't or it can't be a better phone at the end of the day. Do I personally think that it will be a better phone for most people's eyes? Probably not. For me, again, I haven't used it because it's not out, but for me, I can see enjoying that device potentially more than the Galaxy Z Fold. But the Z Fold has that software experience that's no one's can touch really right at this moment, with years and years of customization and how to multitask and all kinds of little intricate things in the general operating system. So there's a lot that Samsung has that, a lot of companies haven't caught up with still, but it's a interesting question to have. But no, I don't think OnePlus will outsell or be bigger than Samsung in any way, have it be on the foldable market or whatever. But again, going back, will it potentially be a better phone? Yeah, it could definitely be a better phone. And then it's just a matter of people like myself and other people that talk about these devices to get the word out and let you guys know, hey, this is a great phone. Don't take your eyes off it. Check it out. And remember, OnePlus Open is due to most likely come out probably towards the end of September or early October. First story of the day has to do with these Samsung Galaxy devices will not be getting One UI 6. So if you own these devices, you'll still get security updates, but you won't get OS updates. So if there was something in One UI 6, you're like, dang, I really want that. There's a good chance, a great chance you're not getting it because your phone is done getting updates forever, at least on the OS side. So here they are. It's a Galaxy S20 line from the 20 Plus, the 20 Ultra, the 20 FE, the Z Flip now, the original Z Flip, the Note 20, Note 20 Ultra, and the Z Fold 2 5G. Again, those will not be getting any more software UI updates, which is kind of a pity, you know, it kind of sucks. But at the same time, even though those phones probably can still hammer some good performance out and probably work and look great still, you can still trade those in to get some, you know, devices. And the Labor Day sales are going on, so you might want to check that. And hopefully I'll have a video on some Labor Day. Even though Labor Day's over here in America, there should be some extended deals going out. So we'll let you guys know as that happens, but keep your eyes peeled. If you're on any of those phones, for instance, like the S20s, definitely look at any of the S23s. Those are great phones, even before the S24 comes out. I just released a video about if you should buy the S23 Ultra. So watch that video or wait for the S24 Ultra. And then if you have like a Z Flip, definitely the new Z Flip is amazing. Looks really cool. I've done a couple of videos on that. The Note 20s, obviously you can go to an S23 Ultra or even a 22 Ultra if you wanted to. And then the Z Fold 2. I would probably say hold off until the Z Fold 6 if your Z Fold 2 still works good, just because the Z Fold 5 is so similar to the Z Fold 2 in a lot of ways. Not, you know, you will get water resistance and you'll get S Pen, and you'll get brighter displays and better performance. But if you can hold off and you're happy with what you got, just wait till the Z Fold 6. We should see a nice little physical change to that. And our last story, that I've kind of mentioned this before, but I want to put some extra emphasis on it. And if you think that the S23 Ultra is very thin, well, the S24 Ultra is going to be even thinner. Right now, this is 6 millimeters thin, and the S24 Ultra is going to be 8.3 millimeters thin. So it's going to be even thinner, guys. Now, a millimeter isn't a huge amount, but and then you drop down into the tenths of a millimeter, it's even less. But those are things that you'll be able to feel. You know, if you hold both the phones in your hand, you'll notice a difference, and that's going to be cool. But also remember, it's going to be wider as well across the top on this phone. So if you don't like flat displays, the S24 Ultra is really not going to be for you, but it is good to know that it's going to be thinner, wider, and that might make you happy. Maybe you love thinner phones overall. I would rather them keep it the same thickness, make it wider, and put a bigger battery in there so we can get even crazier battery life. Today was really slow day of tech news, and I was on Reddit trying to find some stories. I found this one, and I've never really thought about doing this with my folding phones, but it is a great reason to get a folding phone. So if you love folding phones and you love karaoke, then folding phones are an amazing device to get, because you always have your phone with you and you probably love music and you love singing along with it, and this is a freaking amazing reason to get one. So let's just show it off. So if you know, most music apps such as Spotify or YouTube Music have lyrics built into them, but with the huge screens that you get with these, it's like, dang, dude, it looks awesome. It looks amazing. The best one, I think, so far that I found, and I'll show both apps because I have YouTube Music and I have Spotify. Don't ask me why. I mean, you can ask me why, but I mean, the reason is because I have YouTube Music is because I have YouTube Premium and you get YouTube Music with it. But let me open up YouTube Music real quick on here and I'm going to show you. It looks freaking amazing. We'll just pick so there's the app right there. And then I'll just choose a song here. We'll just do Come As You Are by Nirvana. And then lyrics. And we'll just fast forward a little bit. Dude, look how freaking cool that is. Because you have the album art on one side and then you have the lyrics on the other. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. And I know you can show the music on a smaller screen, you know, but this is like, dude, this is so cool. So awesome to see that. Let me see, it goes like this too. So if you wanted to, you could also go in this orientation and have it even be bigger. Like, how awesome is that? So they did such an awesome job with these things on here. It's so cool. I thought it was a freaking great reason. And then I'll show you on the Galaxy Z Fold 5. I know you can switch around the Galaxy Z Fold 5 with the same app, but I don't know, for some reason it doesn't fully work with me. So the way it shows it on my Galaxy Z Fold 5 is like that. When I flip it, it just shows the artwork, and I'm like, I don't know where the friggin' lyrics, I don't know where they put the lyrics in this orientation, but I'm like, dude, it's so cool. Lyrics, just swipe up and you have your lyrics down there. It's such a great reason to get one of these phones. And that's the YouTube app. And then I'll open up Spotify. Here's the Pixel Fold. I got Spotify open. I'm gonna tap it, tap the song, and then swipe up, and I have my lyrics all the way. I can expand it so it shows up on the full screen. It's just a great reason to get a folding phone. Look what's going on with my security stuff. I never really thought of it like that. And it's a really, really nice reason to get one of these types of phones. So first story of the day has to do with an amazing deal on the Galaxy Z Flip 5 right now. If you want the Z Flip 5, which is that new design, the new cover display, it's much bigger, the 8 Gen 2 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 or 512 gigs of storage. It's a great phone, especially on the flip side. One of the best, if not the best flip phone that you can get. There's a massive deal going on at Amazon right now where you can get it for up to $200 off. That's right, 20% off for only $799. You can get the Z Flip 5 on Amazon. I'll link it down below if you want to take advantage of this crazy, crazy deal. Next up is the Galaxy Z Fold 5 Tom Brown edition is official. It is going to be up for sale on September 12th on Samsung.com. And what's awesome about this is you get to see what it looks like beforehand, because Samsung has done an unboxing, and there's a ton of things in here, guys. You're getting a customized S Pen on there. You're getting the crazy designed, almost American striped Galaxy Z Flip 5 with the Tom Brown colors on there, the red, white, and blue. You get just a completely designed case and watch straps for the Watch 6 and box and everything. And it's a really, really nice package. And I've said it in the past where I would love to see Samsung do this with more companies, companies that offer some kind of style that we all like, or even branded, bands or branded. They did BTS edition of it a couple years back of I think it was the S10 or S20 or something like that. But yeah, stuff like that, like brand these things. It would be cool to see these different conversions. That Apple had the U2 version of the iPod and things like that. I don't know, it's just a cool little idea that they could do and enhance potentially the sales of these devices as time goes on. But what do you guys think about this one? Is this something you'd want to pick up? Let me know in the comments down below. And our last story has to do with the S24 Ultra. Our kind of first look at a render, not a first look render, but another render look at this. Remember, it's going to have a flat display, and it's going to have a new enhanced camera system, and it's going to have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, potentially up to 16 gigs of RAM. It's going to be a beast. Mostly the flat display is going to be the big thing on it. But here's some designs that have been rendered out from someone new I haven't been following, but I saw that he was getting tweeted out a lot, and I'll have to give him a follow. I think it's Guilherme Alves. It says, my best project yet, the all new S24 Ultra, and he shows it off with these amazing looking colors with the blue. It looks like blueberry blue. I can almost taste the blueberries in that blue color. It looks awesome. Nice flat design, really small bezels. And then you take a look at the red one, which not too bad looking either, reddish pink. I don't know if I'd choose it, but still a really nice looking color. I love the camera design on the back there. And then a little bit more of a purple design. And then lastly, we see the gold design at a slightly different, it's a slightly different angle, I think. Yeah, slightly different angle, not showing the front display. So overall, really, really nice looking phone. like I've said in the past, I'm really looking forward to the S24 Ultra because of that flat display. First story of the day has to do with something we spoke about yesterday, the Tom Brown edition of the Galaxy Z Fold 5. But what's the best looking Tom Brown Galaxy Fold edition? Here goes. There's a tweet that Ice Universe put out, and I thought this is kind of interesting, showing off the different designs of the Z Fold 2, Z Fold 3, and Z Fold 5 Tom Brown editions, and which one we like best. I think for me, I don't absolutely love any of them particularly. I do love that the Fold 5 one has a lot more going on. You got some gold, you got some black, you got all the colors right there. So that's kind of like eye-catching. But I think for me, if I had to choose one with the cameras and all that, I do like the cameras, the way the cameras look on the Fold 5 the best. But the Tom Brown designing of all it, I like the simplistic one of the Z Fold 3, I think the best. It's not too crazy, but it's a little eye-catching, and it's very, very, you know, sweet looking, really clean looking. Which one out of the three is your favorite of these Tom Brown additions? And our next story has to do with the Pixel 8. As you can see right here, Google put out a post saying that save the date. Meet the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro at Made by Google on October 4th at 10 a.m. Sign up for updates and learn more at Google Store, and it shows off this graphic when you go there. But this is right around the corner. This is like less than a month away at this point that the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro will be there. Some supposed rumors about the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro are that it's going to be more expensive all the way around from the Pixel 8 to the 8 Pro. It should have that Tensor G3 processor, which should have better performance, some updated cameras, probably better displays. I think it has the same amount of RAM and stuff like that. It's not anything too crazy, but yeah, we'll see how this one does. I mean, I think the more you push up a price on a phone, especially a brand that's, you know, third, fourth, fifth in the battling of people's money, because you figure it's iPhone and Samsung phones first, and then everybody else is like a contender. So if you have expenses that are way higher than that or equal to those other phones, I think you're fighting a much hard uphill battle, even if you have a great phone comparatively to those phones. First story has to do with the Google Pixel Watch 2. It's been officially unveiled by Google. And what do we know about this watch so far? Well, we know that it's going to be called the Google Pixel Watch 2. It should have IP68 dust and water resistance, water resistance of 50 meters, EDAs to help you manage your stress, heart rate sensor, sleep tracking, and SPO2 sensor as well. Now, it looks very similar to what the other one looks like. It doesn't look like a huge difference versus the Pixel Watch 1. So if you didn't like the Pixel Watch 1, you're probably not going to like the Pixel Watch 2, but this will be announced on October 4th, and then you can expect it to be out for delivery 1 or 2 weeks after that time frame. So probably like middle to end of October is the actual release date. And our last story of the day, very slow news day, is the Discover Samsung Fall Sale. It's kind of going on now early, but it's going to go in full swing in just 2 days. It'll start on Monday. But again, there's some early deals going on right now for that, and they are a Galaxy Z Flip for as low as $399, an S23 for as low as $149, a A54 for as low as $124. You can get the Watch 6 or 6 Classic. You can get it with Buds 2 Pro for an extra $130 off. And there's more deals as well with appliances and accessories and things like that. So keep your eyes peeled for this one. The deals will get hotter, and everything is linked down below if you want to take advantage of any of these deals. And it's a good one because the advent of the Galaxy S24 phones coming out is very, very soon. They usually come out in February or March of the upcoming year, and we're right around the corner from that, just a handful of months away. But there's rumors that this phone might come out early. Now, last year's phone, the S23 phones, was released on February 17th, and it was announced 2 weeks before that, in like the first couple days of February. So if you're thinking like, hey, how soon is this going to come out? Well, this is the information that's coming out so far. So Revegnas is saying, as Universal Ice, also known as Ice Universe, mentioned on Weibo, the S24 could be released early. It's still a possibility, but here are the reasons. Qualcomm's Snapdragon release is 1 month earlier compared to last year, and Samsung is also planning to unveil the Exynos 2400 in October of this year, 2023, and that's the processor that's supposed to go into the S24 phones in some parts of the world. Here's Ice Universe saying that the Xiaomi 14 and S24 will be released in advance. Revegnas goes on to say that the timeline has been moved up by about a month compared to the start of the component production for the previous model, which began in December of last year. However, it is not yet clear whether this or not this will be an early release. Now, if we look at a calendar for 2024 on here, you can see that for February anyway, if it was going to be released on February 17th, that's a Saturday, it wouldn't happen. So it would be February 16th. Now, if it's going to be early, you're probably talking about as early as February, like the first week of February, or somewhere in like the middle of January. Now, for me, what I think is going to end up happening is I think we're gonna end up getting this phone early, like we have, just like we did with the Z Fold 5. I think that ended up coming out like 2 weeks earlier than the previous year. I'm gonna bet we're gonna end up seeing something very, very similar, where it doesn't come out a whole month earlier, but it comes out about 2 weeks earlier. So my guess is it'll probably be announced or a week or two earlier. I don't, maybe not even 2 weeks. So my guess is that most likely it'll be announced at basically the end of January, and then it'll be released either on February, 2nd or 9th. That's my guess, which would be about a week or two earlier than the last generation. My guess will probably be February 9th. But that's what we're aiming to see, is potential early release of the Galaxy S24 series throughout the world. What do you guys think? That'll be your question. You think we're seeing early release? If so, when? If not, when do you think it will be released? Let me know in the comments down below. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.